Hey everybody, this is Drew, the founder of StayAhead Fitness. This is the second of a 5-part video series I'm doing on how to help with being more consistent with our exercise. In the first video, I talked about how we have certain built-in mechanisms for reminding us to do healthy things. For example, if we haven't eaten all day long, we get hungry. That's our reminder that we need to eat, which is going to be good for us, especially if we eat healthy, nutrient-dense foods. But we really don't have the same equivalent built-in mechanism for reminding us to exercise. So can we create some sort of manufactured mechanism for getting us to exercise and be consistent? I've got 4 ideas for you on how to do that. And in this video, we're going to talk about the first one, which is to recognize just how important exercise is. And the first thought I have for you on this is to take a look at someone who is 20 years older than you, who has not exercised, and take a look at how they're doing. And of course, we want to be respectful to the people who have gone before us. They set a great example for us, but it's up to us to learn from that example. And so you can take a look at someone who hasn't exercised, who's a lot older than you, and say, wow, they're having difficulty. They're struggling with their basic overall functionality. And it's so nice that we have great medical technology now that keeps us alive longer, but what is our quality of life? And so we really have to take care of ourselves in a better way in order to make sure that those later years are going to be good for us. And if you take a look at someone who has not exercised, that can really be motivating, or at least it is for me. And I know for both me and for you, we want to make sure that we're not down that path of losing our functionality. We want to make sure that we're independent, strong, and functional, and enjoying life even in our later years. And exercise is definitely going to be a difference maker for that. And then the second thing I think is useful is to just really understand specifically the benefits of exercise. Now, we all know the basic benefits of exercise, but if I can just give you a couple of more specific ideas. So I've got 3 things I want to talk about. The first one is strength. So muscle mass and bone density actually go hand in hand with your strength. So if you're concerned about loss of muscle, so that's sarcopenia, or bone density, so that's osteopenia or osteoporosis if it's gotten really bad where your bones are in danger of breaking. If you're concerned about those things, then it is time to get busy and start doing your resistance training, because we know beyond the shadow of a doubt that resistance training improves muscle tone, muscle mass, bone density, and the cool thing is that you can do both at the same time. So in my program, I have a variety of different ways that my members build strength. We can use dumbbells, and these are very effective. I lift weights, and it's really helpful to me. I'm definitely maintaining my muscle mass and bone density because of weightlifting. But if you don't like lifting weights, then resistance bands are a great option. So there are a couple of different types. This is a 5-foot length, and we do all kinds of different stretches or strengthening exercises with these bands for upper body, lower body, core. They're very, very effective. Don't let anybody tell you that bands are not effective. They really are if you're doing them correctly. There's also these loop resistance bands, which can be very effective. Now, I had mentioned a minute ago about bone density, and so I want to talk about that for a second here. So when you do a resistance exercise like this, your muscles, of course, are working to create the resistance, but your bones are supporting this action. So your bones have to stay strong in order to support the load that's being put on them. There's actually a law for this. It's called Wolff's Law, W-O-L-F-F, and it states that when you put a load on the bone stays strong to support that load. So when you do an exercise like this, you're strengthening your muscles and your bones at the same time. Pretty cool. All right. Then there is a third way to do strength work, and that is, if you've done yoga classes, then you're familiar with this. It's body weight exercises. So I could come on to hands and knees. I could support my weight here. I could bend the elbows to get a little bit more work. All kinds of different exercises like this. I could come on to my back, do a bridge, strengthen the glutes, the hamstrings, the abdominals. I could come up and do a boat position for the core. All kinds of different ways. I mean, there's a million different exercises like this for increasing our strength. We know that exercise helps us with that. If we can remember that, it's motivating to remind us just how helpful it actually is. And then a couple of other things. We know, of course, that exercise also helps with heart and lung health. This is well established. Everybody knows this. If you can do a consistent, steady state workout or exercise routine where you're getting in 20 to 30 minutes of constant, moderate exercise, we know how much benefit that is for the heart and the lungs. And we just need to remind ourselves of that. Your heart, your lungs will not function well later on in life if we don't take care of them. We do that with active, consistent, moderate movement. And then one other category of exercise benefit is one that people maybe don't think about quite as much, and that is balance. So if you practice balance exercises, you are going to improve your balance system. You're going to strengthen your ankles, your feet, your legs, your core, your hips. All those things are going to help you to be more steady and to reduce your risk of falls. So if you're concerned about falls, then exercise, do your balance exercises. It is going to help you so much. So when we remember these things, when we take a look at an example of someone that's 20 years older than us who hasn't exercised, those are the kinds of things we can start to do to really get into our mind, yeah, I am going to do my exercise. I am not going to miss my workout today because I want to stay ahead of the aging curve. I know all the benefits of exercise and it's worth it for me to put in that effort to do it. Okay? So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please like it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe because that helps me to bring more video content to you, and I will see you in the next video.